Okay, we're recording. Hey everyone, welcome to another episode or edition of my Money Fear. So today I have with me Haley Hoover, and I'm gonna hand it over to Haley. She's gonna talk a little bit about herself, and then we're gonna jump in and do some live coaching. So,
yay! Hi everyone, I'm so excited to be here. Yep, I'm Haley Hoover. My business is The Sparkling Hippie, and I'm an intuitive artist and success coach. I help women with big dreams, dream them bigger, and then turn them into reality. So right now I'm actually offering like a baby step into turning your dreams into a reality, and that is my course Sparkling Mindset, which is all about decluttering your subconscious mind, getting over those sneaky self-sabotaging thoughts, and walking forward into your dreams without hesitation so much. So if you want to check that out, thesparklinghippie.com is my website, and I'm all over Instagram, Facebook. So I'd love to connect with you guys.
yes, yeah, thank you, Haley. Okay, so we're gonna jump right in. So what money fear or money topic on money would you like to discuss today?
Well, I think what's been coming up for, which, by the way, I know this and you know this, but your listeners may not know that you and I have this like super cool, like simpatico thing with our spirits. I don't know. Yeah. So that being said, I feel like budgeting has come up for both of us to talk about with me today. So
yes,
that's what I'm open to.
Yep. Okay, perfect. Yes. So budgeting. I have so much to say about it. And for those of you that don't know, actually a lot of my background, so my background is in accounting. I've worked in finance for the last more than 10 years. And budgeting was the area I was always finding myself in. So budgeting is one of my topics, but we're going to also do a card reading. And so let's see what comes out of this.
Cool.
So have you budgeted before? Phil called pass.
Yeah, I feel like I've always had a budget for my, let me say that. I've always had a budget for my personal finances, but it's more on the, I've always saved or invested 60% of my income. So that's always been like so clearly mapped out. But like the other 40%, I'm not great with math. I was like, what is that? The other 40%, it's kind of just been, okay, just as long as you get the bills paid, whatever's left you can play with. But as far as my business goes, I've never had a budget because I've just been kind of trying to like put one foot in front of the other, seeing what happens. And I think not having a consistent income makes it a little more difficult, but I'm ready to shift that. I'm ready to really approach my finances with more of a, what is the word? Like ownership, like, because I think that's part of magnetizing too, right? Like, hey, I believe I'm going to make this happen, and here's like the forecast, the budget of what I want to do and how I want to spend it. So I think that can be really powerful. I've never done it from a spiritual perspective, so I think that'll be fun to hear what you have to say today.
Okay, cool. Okay. Yeah. So what I do when I do these, it's a 4-card spread, and the first card is your beliefs about money. And so what I always tell people is sometimes the cards are upside down for a couple reasons. It could be the opposite of the word on the card. It could be just somewhere where you want to focus. It could be sometimes there's patterns in the layouts that I do. So the first card is beliefs about money, and it's upside down, and it is the Destiny card.
Destiny. Ooh. It's upside down.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Interesting.
So Destiny. Black and white. Together we are stronger than alone. Take a risk. Dare to have your life the way you decide. Are you willing to make sacrifices to have what you desire? What tools do I need to form my own destiny? Am I ready for my destiny? True love, taking a stand, positive omen, radical thinking, deep satisfaction, ability to change, love pathway, faith. Did anything jump out at you there?
I wrote down take a risk, but it was upside down. So that can be what, the opposite, or?
It could just be, okay, so it could be a couple of different things. So for me, what really jumped out at me is take a risk, and Are you willing to make sacrifices to have what you desire?
Mm-hmm.
So what's coming up for me, and I hear this all the time, especially I work a lot with entrepreneurs, is I don't have the money.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of hits me too, because I've been there, it's like sometimes that's honestly just our first reaction. It can, we're ready to take that next step, and we're just like, I can't because I don't have the money. And we're looking at our bank account and we're thinking the money's not sitting there, so I can't be using it. But the thing is the universe is always conspiring in your favor. It's always bringing you what you want, and it's always working with you. So what does that mean though for money? Because if you're looking at your bank account and thinking I don't have it, does that necessarily ring true? So is there something, so I'm being called to ask, like, is there something right now that you want to spend your money on that you maybe is just like you're just holding back on it right now?
I don't think so. I feel like especially the last couple of months, taking some big financial leaps, bigger than ever, which I do believe is totally part of the entrepreneurship journey. You're going to have to do that. Mm-hmm. That being said, I am feeling called to bring in a team member. And yeah, that might be it. I don't okay, so like buying courses and like paying for coaches, I generally, for better or for worse, just put it on my credit card, pay it off later. Like, so it's money I don't have, right? Mm-hmm. As far as like paying a team member, I'm not sure how that would work, because you can't, they want like a deposit in their account, right? So yeah. That would definitely be taking a risk and making a sacrifice.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, and that is a step in entrepreneurship, and especially for like most of us solopreneurs, that's not something we've ever had to do before. We're working on our own. So, and that I don't know if you caught that. The first line of the card was actually jumped out at me.
Oh yeah.
Together we are stronger than alone.
That's it. I totally forgot. Yeah, that's totally it. Yep.
So for you, so what comes to mind for me, and I'm probably gonna be hiring people under like with me as well eventually soon. But for me, even looking back when I hired my coach, so that example comes up for me because when I remember that, like looking at that number, if you're gonna hire this coach for X amount of dollars, and I was like, what? I can't afford that. But that was just my story. That was just a story that was playing around in my head. I can't afford that, or I can't pay for that, or I need to put that money somewhere else. And honestly, the universe even kind of like tricked me into it, kind of. And then looking back, like I had the money. I had, and maybe not at that moment, it wasn't sitting there, but it came, and it either was going to show up, or it showed up just when I needed it. So sometimes, yeah, we have to jump and take that risk and then trust that the net will appear for us. So
yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So how does that play into, so let's go to the next one. The next one is the journey ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, so the journey ahead, and the card is vanity. And it's upside down. It was upside down as well.
Okay.
Vanity. I need more, bigger, better. Yes, that will make me okay. We all say we will stop when we have enough, but there's never enough. You may be looking outside of yourself for validation. Am I feeling disconnected from any people in my life? Am I growing away from limiting relationships? Environmental tension, living in illusion, self-doubt, power to change, lesser companions, empty conversations, faith, awareness, transformation. Anything jump out at you?
Yeah, I feel that one. I feel it upside down. I do. Wow, like even right before I jumped on this call, I felt like something told me, okay, Haley, you're shifting into the next level. Because like I feel like also in entrepreneurship, it's like, okay, you're going to heal some things, you're going to grow, you're going to do some uncomfortable stuff, and that's going to shift you into this level. this big level. And then you'll get comfortable there, and then you do it again. And it's just like this constant journey of like expanding and getting out of your comfort zone and doing scary things and spending money you don't have. All of that. And I felt very strongly just a few minutes ago that like, okay, now a lot of these, because I'll be honest with you, yesterday I just woke up and like I felt great. Everything was going smoothly. And I just hit this funk. Like when it became time to work, I was like, I don't want to mess with that. I don't want to mess with that. I don't want to do that. And I had to journal about it. I'm like, what is it? And it was like, it's like overnight I lost interest in like a lot of projects. And then today it kind of made sense. It was like, because you're going to the next level. Like it's always going to be a shift in growing pains when you're going to the next level. Like you've mastered this, you've done well, you've whatever, checked the box. Now we're going to the next level. So I think like, I didn't write them down, but the words like bigness and like never enough, like, I don't think that's it. I think it's okay. It's okay to be the next biggest version of yourself. It's okay to go into that next level of impacting people and shining your light, because ultimately that's what it is, right? It's shining your light, and that's scary until we shift and then grow and
yeah. And I hear that a lot too of oh, when I get the money I'll do it. You know, when I have the money then I'll hire you, or when I have the money I will invest in that. And sometimes the thing is and not and I'll talk about debt in the course that I'm putting together, because I think debt is really important topic. But sometimes we have this idea that debt is bad. But like debt is it's just borrowing money. It's just energy, you know, it's just an exchange of energy. That's all it is. And so in order to grow, and this isn't just like you as a solopreneur or as a small business, like if you think about any company, they have to invest in order to take the business to the next level. They need to implement new systems or brick and mortars. They need to build their store in order to hold all the inventory that they paid for. You know, investing is just it and it's never it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. So
well, and we're totally okay as a society to, you know, student loans, oh yeah, because you're getting a degree, you're bettering yourself. But then when it comes to our own businesses, we're like, well, that's not okay. That's just pure debt. That's not a student loan, you know, but it's the same thing. I look at it, we're investing in our future, you know, and the futures of others too, which is pretty potent.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I love that you said that, because that reminds me, actually, I had that thought the other day, because I've been doing courses and I pay for a one-on-one coach, and I was like, am I just burying myself in this hole? And I was reminded, what did you do when you were back in university? That's it. And it was okay. And just like you said, and I paid it off. So I'm going to pay this off too. It's going to come. The universe always has your back. It's always working in your favor. So
it's like getting a master's degree in your own business and now. So it's like, that's what I always think. I'm like, okay, but I'm becoming a master in this study, whereas I've already mastered that other one that I worked a few years, paid that off. Now it's this one.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So then the next one is, that's so funny. I read the wrong one.
Nope.
I knew I was questioning it. And I was like, is that the right one to go? But it was. Apparently it was the one we needed to read next. So this one is, and it fits right alongside it, it's what you need to work through. The card is upside down, and it is growth.
Okay. Interesting. Almost all of them so far have been upside down.
Yeah, the last one isn't. So sometimes if they're all upside down, then I know that it's not that it's wrong, it's just not the exact question that the person's trying to ask. Gotcha. So that's why sometimes too, when they're all upside down, that triggers me, but the last one's not. So this one is growth. Your message is best expressed when you are uniquely you. This card says break away. It might be time for a change of scenery. Visit a foreign country, embark on a new enterprise, or learn a skill. Most importantly, grow. What have I outgrown? Am I willing to become independent? Taking a stand, living your truth, lack of safety, clashing values, teaching by example, warrior, peace, courage.
Yeah, so much stuff. It does go right along with the last one. Um, yeah, I'm just feeling it's so weird this coming up because yesterday I was just feeling like, okay, I've mastered creating courses, launching courses, like not that I've had tons of people sign up and all this success, but like the act of, you know, using the technology to automate a sort, like I literally, kid you not, in 2 hours last night, opened a Kajabi account, put in email addresses, created a launch page, a sales page, something else. There was 4 things. Anyway, basically, so like I started sharing the link last night. Like, okay, everything's all up and running in like 2 hours, which is insane. And that's a newer platform for me. But I remember I thought to myself, I was like, I've just done this so many times for so many different projects, not just myself, but for other people. And I'm just tired of it. Like, you know what I mean? So I think that's that element of growth. Like, okay, you can let that go. Like other people can do that. You can train people to do that or whatever. But I'm really feeling called to step into my own greatness and my own zone of genius is what has come up too, which yeah, I can do that and I'm great at it, but my zone of genius is more in like fun and creativity, and that's where I'm being like majorly called lately is like fun. Like my guys are just like, go have fun, like go do something wacky, crazy. So yeah, I would say that.
Which is so funny because what Haley was saying earlier, I actually had a dream about you. I told you this. I had a dream that you
Wow.
told me to my face that I needed to heal. I'm getting chills too. That I needed to heal my relationship with fun, and was it fun and creativity or something like that? And I was like, it's true. Like
And when you said that, I was like, yeah, it sounds like something I would tell you. Like, you know, like my spirit to your spirit.
yeah. Yeah, because when I think of you, I think of like the creative artist, like colorful and joyful and expressive, and yeah, and
Thanks.
that's exactly what I need to do more of. As I'm
Yeah.
wearing orange, which I like never wear.
Which is the color of self-expression and
Yep,
creativity. So there you go.
creativity. Yeah,
You're on the right path.
And oh my gosh, it's so funny. The next card is perseverance,
Oh, that's pretty.
which is orange.
Yeah, I was about to say she matches. And what's the topic for this card or whatever?
So this card is potential outcome if you do this work.
Gotcha.
And to me, before I even read it, this card is the success card.
Oh.
So, success. Perseverance. Don't quit before the miracle. When we do our chosen work, we are serving the highest order. If we stop, we upset the universal balance. What you work towards will materialize. You may not see it, but it lies ahead. Can I ignore the feelings that would sidetrack me? Will I let go of fear and persevere? Breaking through, unseen help at work, feeling taken for granted, overcoming doubts, steadfast success, miracles.
So 2 things. First, right there at the end, you said overcoming doubts, which I think the only doubt I have is, okay, yeah, so I'm feeling called to hire people. Where's that money going to come from? No idea. So just trusting it and not letting that be a halt, you know, because I feel like that's the tendency, right? To like, okay, I'll just stop until I make enough money. And then that's not how the universe works. It's like, no, you have to have faith. So overcoming that doubt and kind of thinking outside the box on how I could go about that. And then the second thing you said, it was something about, you know, when you're following your right path, that's the universe in order. So you don't want to stop it. You want to just, I think the word flow comes into mind. Just go with it. And I feel like that's a lifelong practice, but every little bit of expansion, like I said, it's just more, okay, let go of control even more, lean back even more. Like, yeah, so just like kind of scary trusting, but it's not scary until your brain gets in the way, right? So just leaning back and letting my heart just say, okay, this is what spirit said, just trust it. So, yeah, I love that I got the success card. Like, who doesn't want that?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Just, and So yeah, when I see it, it's like destiny. You're living out your destiny. You're following as you follow the universal support. I'm getting chills. As you follow your intuitive nudges, and you do know because it feels good. You know, it feels good when you think about hiring someone. Does it feel good to you?
Yeah, it feels exciting.
It feels exciting. It feels
I've got chills.
it feels right. It's like that's those are the signs. Like this is for you. And like I've had this come up in sessions too, as you're going along and you're in the flow and you're taking steps and you're going along, and then all of a sudden it's just the ego has found somewhere where you just are ready to take the next step and grow. Your ego's just hit upon that, and it's like, oh, and then you stop. And it's not a bad thing, you know, it's just an area that is ready to be healed and ready to be released, and then you're ready
Yeah.
to move into that next phase, like you said, like exactly what you said. I'm ready to let this go so I can expand and move forward and keep going.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Cool. Well, that's really all of it. Just feels really spot on and just aligned. Like I don't have any confusion around any of it. It's like, yeah, that's right.
So I'm asking because we didn't touch too much on budgeting necessarily, and I think that's because that's what I'm going to be creating the courses, like the technical side of budgeting, what you know what you can do. But the whole idea that I think what I'm hearing as the underlying message of this reading is not so much that you budget in order to limit yourself. Budgeting is a way to help you to grow and see that next step. And so that's I'll be releasing more information on that. I think it's not really meant to be in this particular video, but it's just why I think it relates so much is, and like I said, I've worked in budgeting for years now. I've worked with all kinds of people from like admin assistants to managers to individual contributors to like high up level senior vice presidents in a corporation. And when it comes to budgeting, they shudder, you know, because it feels restrictive. And that's not really the point of it. Budgeting is simply a benchmark. It's simply a benchmark. It's simply to just say, okay, this is what I'm working with and this is where I want to go. And debt in any company, small or large, debt is a part of it. It just is. It's like it's just accepted, and it's an accepted fact that everybody has a little bit of debt. And actually, in finance and accounting, if a company doesn't have any debt, it's kind of like, well, why? What are you doing? You know?
Right.
They're the companies that you're expecting to stay stagnant because you're like, we're all evolving and technology's evolving. What are you doing, right? So it's just part of the process. That's all. And so budgeting just helps you get super clear, super crystal clear. It helps you set goals. It's a benchmark, and so I'll definitely be teaching more about the technical,
Yeah.
but it definitely relates.
Well, I definitely want to, when your course comes out, I would definitely love to hear like your advice on budgeting and like the practical tools. I definitely need that. But, and I know you bring in the spiritual aspect as well, but I would love, like, just listening to you just now, I thought, oh, like, okay, now that sounds fun. Like, kind of playing with the universe with the budget, you know, like, okay, you've told me to hire this person. I'm going to estimate it's this many dollars. I'm putting it out there, so it's on the budget. Like, I'm magnetizing it. Okay, like it's gonna come to me somehow. Just kind of like bringing that like practical money mindset more into like the spirituality side, which is, you know, what we're all about. So yeah, no, this sounds exciting, Haley. I love it. I love it. And
Yeah.
it does click the whole message together. It wasn't about budgeting, but it was in so many ways.
Actually, this is good homework. Not that I always assign homework, but good homework for you is to start to think about how much would you be willing to pay this person that you're going to be hiring. And that's going to help also for you to bring that person in, right? Because it's to get super crystal clear, because if the person shows up way over and it doesn't feel aligned with you, that's a good indicator that this is not the person maybe that you want to be working with, right? So we set those kind of like guidelines for the universe. And not to say that that's going to restrict you. Again, it's not about restricting you. It's not about holding you back. It's just kind of just to get clearer in your mind, because when you don't know, how's the universe gonna bring to you what you want? So
Yeah, so true.
yeah.
Oh, I love this. Like, this is like, it's cool. It's exciting. It's not like boardroom talk, you know, it's like actually exciting.
No, I know. I've been there.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. Not fun.
Oh, I'm excited for you too. Keep us posted. And I felt like bringing it back up too. So your course, we're going to have a link in the bottom, and your website and your Instagram. So if anybody wants to check it out.
Yeah, come hang out with me. We'll have fun. Cool. Yeah,
Okay.
no, thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. Thanks for doing this with me, Haley.
Yay. Thank you, Haley.
Welcome. Okay, bye
Bye.
everybody.